Welcome back to the 2-Minute Warning. Today I'm taking a look at the Tennessee Titans and going over whether or not I think they should trade for former All-Pro cornerback Stephon Gilmore. But before getting to that topic, just a quick question for those of you viewing. How far do you have the Tennessee Titans going this year? I want to hear from the Titans fans, especially. You got them winning the division, you got them going to the divisional round, you got them going to the AFC Championship, you got them taking home the Lombardi Trophy, whatever it is, comment down below and kind of hear my answer throughout. Getting straight into it, the team that won the recruitment for Julio Jones, should they try it again and go for All-Pro, former All-Defensive Player of the Year, Stephon Gilmore? It'd be hard to make an argument not to. I mean, you have to, of course, consider right away what is the price going to be. You know, the Titans already gave up a little bit of draft capital after they made the trade with the Falcons, but it wasn't much. A second rounder in 2022, a fourth rounder in 2023. You're still sitting with 5-6 picks in the next upcoming year. And if the Patriots, all they're asking for is a day 2, day 3 pick, Titans, you throw in a third round this year and a fourth round in the following year, a third round this year, a fourth round this year, and the third round the following year, something that makes it work, a third and fourth round pick, whichever years you want to split it up between. To me, I'm going to take, the loss of 3 mid-round picks for Julio Jones and Stephon Gilmore. That'd be the, steal of the decade, to get 2 former All-Pros, to get 2 potential Hall of Famers for a second, third, a fourth, and a fourth-round pick. I mean, come on, that is completely worth it. I understand at some point you got to be like, all right, we're giving up a little too much draft capital here for some old veterans that coming off of injuries that aren't going to be with us forever. We don't know how much gas they have left in the tank, but I mean, at some point, these guys are going to pay off. You're looking at the offense right now, and you got the number 1 running back in the league, arguably, Ryan Tannehill, who's either in the top 10 or on the brink of being a top 10 quarterback, whichever way you want to look at it. A pretty stout O-line. Receiving core, we know how good it is. It has literally the best receiving duo in the NFL, and they haven't even played together yet. A.J. Brown and Julio Jones. And outside of them, you got Anthony Firkser. You got a pretty reliable wide receiver number 3 in Josh Reynolds. Is he star-studded? No, but to be a wide receiver number 3, you're looking pretty solid. On defense, this is where it's not the best, but with the Stephon Gilmore, a lot of these problems might start to go away. You got Big Jeffrey Simmons, you got Bud Dupree to help him out, you have Janoris Jenkins added, you got a pretty good safety in Kevin Byard, you drafted Caleb Farley, a guy who was at one point in time considered the number 1 cornerback in the draft. You throw on Stephon Gilmore into this secondary, and now things start to get easier. You take the pressure off of Caleb Farley. He doesn't have to be this number 1 cornerback right away like he was expected to be. You got Stephon Gilmore to fill that role, and all of a sudden you're looking at a Titans team that could arguably be just as good as their offense. Am I saying, Stephon Gilmore is now going to make up and say that the defense is just as good as Derrick Henry, Julio Jones, A.J. Brown, and Ryan Tannehill combined? No, but I'm just saying their defense isn't necessarily now this weak, sore spot that teams are gonna try and take over at and use as an advantage. To me, like I said, Stephon Gilmore is a guy that used to be Defensive Player of the Year, and I think people are undermining how valuable that is. 9 times out of 10, Defensive Player of the Year goes to J.J. Watt, Aaron Donald, whoever the biggest pass rusher of the year is. For him to steal it in 2019, to take home Defensive Player of the Year, that dude was outstanding and the number 1 cornerback in the league. Is he going to be the number 1 again? I don't think so, but can he be top 3, top 5? I think he might be top 5 already. I think he's on right around the same class of Jalen Ramsey, Jair Alexander, Xavier Howard, Tre'Davious White, Marlon Humphrey. He's right around the bracket of those guys. He's on par with every single one of them. So to have a shutdown corner in the league, to have Caleb Farley develop a little better, to have Kevin Byard in the secondary to back him up, to have Janoris Jenkins, another veteran, to help this team out. Like I said, why would you not make this trade? I know at some point in time you got to save some draft capital. You want to draft some rookies at some point in time. But again, if it's for a steal of a third and fourth round pick, like I said earlier, I kind of jumbled it up. But if you trade for a fourth rounder in 2022 and give up a third rounder in 2023, things are split up a little bit better to where you still got a first and a third this year, along with 5, 6, and 7. Next year, you still got a first and second and a fourth. Things aren't that bad. Of course, if someone gets hurt, like if Julio goes down or Stephon Gilmore goes down, it'll look bad. But on paper, it's an easy win of the trade for the Titans, and it could really take this team to the next level. If they're not an AFC Championship team right now today because of the defense holding them back, I think you had a Stephon Gilmore. If he could play healthy and if he could play like a top 5 cornerback, this could be an AFC Championship now. That's how big of an impact he can have. I've made the argument for a lot of teams that they should go out there and trade for Stephon Gilmore. To me, if you're a team that you believe can make a playoff run, can make a Super Bowl run, you got to go out there and try and get a guy like this. It could really be just a cherry on top to your team that could put you over the next level. He could be the difference maker in a playoff game to win you that game and keep you moving forward. He's a shutdown corner. He's one of the best in the league. I'm going for it for the Titans. If I'm the Titans, at the bare minimum, at least call and see what is he going to cost. You know, if you call and find out he's end up going to be a first-round pick, screw the deal, forget Bill Belichick, walk away, worry about your own team, worry about the season coming up. Don't even worry about that trade. But like I said, if they're like, yeah, we're going to give him on a discount deal just like Julio was traded on a discount deal, where it's going to be just a day 2 pick combined with the day 3 pick, we'll even give you a 6th-rounder in exchange for him as well. You got to pull the trigger on that. He's just too valuable. And if the division is not a lock right now between the Titans and Colts, this would make it a lock for sure. This would be one of the most balanced teams in the NFL if you add Stephon Gilmore. I'm excited to see it, but like I said, if they don't make him a trade, I just want to see Stephon Gilmore get traded. I love seeing offseason moves happen. I love the Matt Stafford trade. I like Carson Wentz trade. I like seeing Aaron Rodgers and Deshaun Watson. What are they going to do? Are they going to get traded? Are they even going to play? I just like seeing big signings, big players getting drafted, big moves happening, and big trades always being around. Off-season moves are always crazy and fun to watch, and I feel like this is one of the best seasons in a while, one of the best off-seasons in a while, and I'd like Stephon Gilmore to keep it going, whether it results in the Titans getting him or not. I want them to make a phone call, and I want to see him traded. I just want to see some effort put in. But as always, you guys tell me, do you agree or disagree? Maybe there's something I'm not thinking of. Maybe I'm just thinking too optimistically and I need to step back and look at it realistically. There's got to be some con here. Maybe I'm not thinking about it. He is on a 1-year contract. Excuse me. He is 30 going on 31. He is coming off an injuries. I do understand those things, but to me, the upside is worth it. But as always, like I said, guys, comment down below what you think. Do you agree or disagree? And referring back to the question today, how far do you got the Titans going? To me, I got the AFC divisional round guaranteed. And I know that's not what Titans fans want to hear, but I got to see Julio. Is he the same Julio? That will determine it for me. I can have my opinion change, but right now, divisional round is what I got. As always, guys, thanks for watching. 2-minute warning.